Good afternoon, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. I'm Dhamma Bum, and I'll be your guide for today's guided meditation. Today is Friday, July 24th, and our focus is F.E.A.R. in all its various forms. July's theme is Mrs. Dhamma's effort. Basically, that room's not going to clean itself. And last week we looked at respect and fetters, and on Monday as well. Today we're going to look at fear and the anger that it results in. And Fridays are for making amends, repairing relationships, restoring our practice where we may have fallen off. And we urge people to take a look at the description box for this and other episodes. There's information in there about our meditation practice. We do this in hopes that people will want to develop independent practice at home or in your own garden. Thanks, Dhammaji. We're all 5x5 for sound today. In about 24 hours, the transcript will be available. That comes with a closed caption version. And it will also have the super thanks button will be available then. And thanks, Miss F, as well. While we're on thanks, thanks, Mrs. D, for the flowers. I love these little purple spaceship thingies. I don't know what they're called, but they're beautiful. Thank you, Dhamma G and Mrs. F and Ediko, Ian and Brian, Mike, Aussie, Sam. And as usual, we start with samatha, which is the first half of our practice. And then we move to panya, or wisdom. Some people call it vipassana. Doesn't matter what you call it. It always goes in that direction. First, we get serene. Then we wise up. Wisdom never arises from a mind in turmoil. And I'll let beginners know when we're about halfway through here. And so with that, on my mark. Please find yourself in a quiet spot, spine straight, shoulders back. Lower your chin towards your chest and let your hands rest comfortably in your lap or on your thighs or your knees. Close your eyes and your mouth gently and imagine a ball of white light, an inch or two, 3 to 5 centimeters below your nostrils. Inhale through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Breathe in through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Just smooth, natural breaths for you. Don't worry about how deep or how fast you're breathing. When outside issues intrude, gently brush them aside, thinking, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on my breath as I breathe in through my nose. Watch it go down past my heart to my stomach and back out the same way. Now, on Fridays, we always start with the Dhammapada, verses 3 through 5. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone hostile like this, hatred does not end. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone not hostile like this, hatred ends. For hatred never ends through hatred. By non-hate alone does it end. This is an ancient truth. So we are taught that our thoughts lead to our moods, our delusions, our resentments and fears. And this is one reason we meditate, to calm our mind and tame our heart. We look at our thoughts, we examine them, we see them for what they are, and we let them go. If we let go a little, we get a little serenity. If we let go a lot, we get a lot of serenity. And if we let go completely, that is, if we accept life just the way it is, then we find complete serenity. And what we discover is that we are as happy as we want to be. Our attitude is entirely up to us, and we are not the boss. Our human condition consists of 5 khandhas, or clinging aggregates, 5 factors, and they are our body, our feelings, memories and perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness. And they too are all impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not the self. We look at them, see them for what they are, and we let them go. Now, as meditators, we have 3 duties: mindfulness, collectedness, and contentment. Mindfulness. In this group, we use the ball of light as our object of meditation, our focus. And we listen to the Dhamma talk, not to get attached to the words, but to let the words wash over us and seep into our minds. Our second duty is collectedness. Some people say concentration, and that just means that when, not if, outside thoughts intrude, we gently brush them aside and we return our thoughts to the ball of light. And our last duty is contentment. We have a responsibility to ourselves, to our loved ones, to our partners, to our community, to be content now. Now is the only time we have. We cannot change what we had for breakfast this morning. We have no idea what's going to happen 10 seconds from now, just for right now. So I guess in a word, you could say copacetic. And if you can be copacetic, even-keeled, at one, relaxed right now for a couple of seconds during this meditation, then during the weekend, as you look back on your previous week, you can stretch it out. Just add a little bit more, another breath, and shazam, you look up and go, good grief, it's been 2 hours since I had an angry, frustrated, fearful thought. How'd that happen? Well, how indeed? Anger is what fear looks like when it's trying to hide. And so today, that's one of the things we're going to look at. Anger management requires that we keep an eye on our fear. So, fear of what? Oh, could be anything. Could be fear of life, fear of death, fear of power, having power or not having power, control. I've got control, I don't have control. Money or no money, love or no love. Fear of success and its ugly companion, fear of failure. Fear of getting my own way or not getting my own way. You know, we just don't know what we want. So this week, when we're looking back, we're going to look with cool eyes and we're going to take a look at the fear. When I'm looking at the dysfunctional interactions I had with people this past week, am I minimizing my part and exaggerating theirs? Perhaps I feel fearful. Two, last week, was I setting myself up as a victim? Did I do that through fear? Fear of succeeding? Fear of not succeeding? Three, last week, was I expecting people to be something they are not? And this is especially for our family members and our partners. We wouldn't be together with somebody we have no idea what is going on with them. I know exactly how my partner is. I know what Mrs. Dhamma likes and doesn't like. And yet, I forget with alarming regularity. And that leads to our last one. Was I expecting perfection? I mean, here I am full of fear, and I'm expecting perfection. What did I think was going to happen? So we'd like to encourage people to calm down and fear not. It's all going to pass. And for beginners, that's the first half. As we move into the second half, panya, or wisdom, last week we looked at the three fetters, and on Monday we looked at respect. Today we're going to look at the source of our anger, and we have 4 acronyms that we like for F.E.A.R. And the first one, maybe the most prevalent one, is false evidence appearing real. We've already made up our minds how we feel. Then we use confirmation bias and cognitive dissonance to tell us that we were right all along. Everybody is out to get me. I do suck. The world is a dark place. If I'm listening to those thoughts or something different. But we don't know our own mind. We can't tell true from false sometimes. We're just bewitched. And so our mind can conjure up sights, sounds, smells, tastes, tactile sensations, and wild fantasies. But we have to remember, these are all impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not the self. They don't exist. They're in my mind only. Books, movies, what other people say about us, or what we imagine other people say about us. social media, all of those things produce the same reactions as real events. They do that by telling the body to release stress hormones, epinephrine, cortisol, serotonin, dopamine. We've got a whole pharmacy inside our body, and it just shoots this into our blood, and it causes physical and emotional responses that mimic real life. And we haven't even moved from our easy chair in the front room. You say, oh, no, you're exaggerating. No, I'm not. The movie, the gambling, the pornography, and the social media industries make hundreds of billions of dollars on betting on this. They do it on purpose. It's all about the money. And if that weren't bad enough, none of them gives a rip about the divine spark in any of us. So false evidence appearing real. Let's examine it, look at it, and let it go. The second one that we like for F.E.A.R. is forget everything and run. And some people, naughty people, use a stronger F word instead of forget, if you can imagine. And this is just fight or flight. We panic, we are fearful, we lash out. Rage is a very good indication that I'm scared out of my mind. If you hear me like that, or we're confronted with somebody else who's going like that, it's worth a wee ponder to see if we can discern what the fear is. Could be any of those things we mentioned before: lack of control, lack of power, lack of money, lack of prestige. Could be as simple as not wanting to look as ridiculous as my temper tantrum demonstrates I am. Might be more complicated than that, but what we can do when we're in the grip of that kind of rage is to pause and think, this is my mind releasing the Kraken. And we can give it a rest. One version of this that we think is wonderful and aspirational is F.E.A.R, face everything and recover. You know, when the horse throws us, it doesn't matter whether we use too much spur, or the horse didn't like us, or there was a great big rattlesnake in the grass. Doesn't matter if it was our fault or not. When we fall, whether by our own mistakes or by circumstances beyond our control, we've got a choice. We can run away, or we can face facts, which means facing our fears. Now, that might be a tall order, but when life throws us, our opinion is that we need to dust ourselves off and get back on the horse. This is the way life is. It is just like this. We are going to fall again. That is a 100% certainty. We will face challenges. They're not going anywhere. getting back on the horse is our choice. And Viktor Frankl taught us we always have a choice. Viktor Frankl said from Auschwitz, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, the freedom to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. And he wrote that from Auschwitz. There's nothing in my experience that rises to that level or even close. So suck it up. Now, that's easy. That reads easy, does hard. Sometimes we can't get rid of the fear. That's true. That happens sometimes. In that case, we're just going to have to do things scared, I guess. But we can do it. We've done it before. Our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, our ancestors have faced much tougher times. We can do this. And the last one is forgetting everything is all right. And we like this one a lot too. Dealing with life requires radical acceptance and gratitude. Do we have any idea how lucky we are? We should. And what is it that we are grateful for? Let's spare a moment for that thought. So we don't fight. The Dhammapada 2:10 put it very succinctly. Don't get entangled with what you long for or dislike. Not seeing what you long for is suffering. So also is seeing what you dislike. So, right back to the beginning. You know, we see what we want to see. We hear what we want to hear. If we're looking for good stuff, that's all we'll see. If we're looking for bad stuff, we'll find it and to spare. So we meditate to calm down, and we remind ourselves, fear not. Let's do our best and leave outcomes to God. So this weekend, as we're looking back on our previous week, if we find ourselves restless, irritable, or discontent, let's take a breath, excuse ourselves, step into the next room and close the door, put our earphones in, cue up this recording. Imagine a ball of light an inch or two below our nose. Breathe in through our nose. Watch it go down past our heart to our stomach and back out the same way. Namaste. Okay. Thank you very much, Dhamma G and Miss Faye. We really appreciate it. And Mrs. D, thank you for the beautiful flowers, the names of which I know not, but I like them a lot. I know that much. Next week, on Monday, we will have our next meeting, and that'll be Monday, July 27th at 8:45 in the morning, Japan time. We're always on Japan time. If you're already here, you know how to. Thank you, Dhamma G. And we'll see you soon. I'm not sure tonight, but soon-ish. If you're listening to this afterwards, which most people do, most people are not free to join us in the live stream. If you're looking for how to get into a live stream, if and when you have time, go to the Daily Dhamma homepage, the channel and YouTube, And for today, July 24th, you'll see in the description box the steps for entering one of these live streams. And we'd encourage you to do that. By the way, Daily Dhamma, A Letter to Our Children, the book upon which the channel and these meditations is primarily based, is now available on Kindle Unlimited. And so that means if you're a member of that, you can download it for free, and we'd encourage you to do that too. And tomorrow, if you consider giving us a super thanks, or you can give us a like, a comment, share with others, we'd love to have you do that. And thank you very much for coming, and we will see you again very soon. Namaste.